Oh no, my little thing wasn't centered.
Oh well,
that's all good.
That's all good.
So yes, hi
everyone.
Today is my name is JJ
Asgar,
and I'm a
and I'm
developer
a
advocate
developer
for the
advocate for
IBM
the
Cloud.
IBM Cloud.
Today is part two, or at least the
or at least the
second day. I'm going to be doing Kubernetes the Hard Way on IBM Cloud. If you haven't seen the first one, it's up on YouTube. Just ping me in the Twitch chat, and I will. I'll get you the link. If you so choose, or tweet at me, JJ Asgar at the bottom, and I can get it to you too. So if you don't know, just to kind of recap what we've gotten done. We got the VMs spun up on IBM Cloud. All six of them, 3 controllers, and 3 worker nodes. We got all our certs built how we wanted them to. And then at the very end of our adventure last week, we got our etcd cluster spun up, which is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and share my screen here in just a moment. And we'll do the verification of etcd again to make sure everything is running how we wanted to. And then we're just gonna hit the ground running. And just keep pushing forward. And please, if you have any questions or thoughts, use the Twitch chat, and I will do my best to answer them, and or collaborate, because this is all a learning experience for all of us. So let's get this going. Hopefully there was no more background noise. If there was, I'm so sorry. As you see, that I have updated a lot of my scenes and all from last week already, and I wanted to make sure that everything was working. And knowing my luck, I've probably messed some of the sounds up. I do think I don't have any fun noises anymore, unfortunately, until I figure out how to get that done. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, so if you remember, this was verification, the last thing we did. Here are our machines up and running. Controller 1, 0, 1, and 2, and uptime. As you see, they've been running for 6 days, almost exactly 7 days, which is great. And I have not touched these machines since then, because as part of the agreement of this whole project or this whole stream, I am learning this real time here. So this is me actually trying to figure this out. But let us go ahead and run this command again to make sure everything is in the state we want it to be in before we go any farther. Okay. And there we go. We have our machines, controller 1, 2, or 0, 1, and 2, all listening, it seems. Just as we saw here, it has started and everything is talking. So we're in a pretty good state right now. Don't want to jinx it, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and start bootstrapping our Kubernetes control plane. We must. Okay, so the first thing first, we just get into our controllers, which we have. All right. And then we are going to provision our control plane. Copy this. Etc config. Okay, that seems reasonable. And then we wget, looks like 3, 4 binaries. Okay, copy. And then we move them in. Okay. So grab all these guys. All right. LA and LTRA. And there we go. So we got our kubectl controller manager right there. Push kube. Okay. Let's not push it ahead. All right, now we're going to have to change mod everything and then sudo and put it in the user controller bin. All right. And there we go. So if I do user local bin to API server help. Oh, there we go. I didn't spell help right, but that's okay. We're still seeing things come in. Everything looks like we always see the help. So to me, that's running relatively well. All right. Now we need to configure our API server. We need to create a var lib Kubernetes directory. Then we need to move all these files into that directory. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and just, for fun, make sure that that file is still there. Service count? Yes, good. Okay. So let's grab all this, paste that. That looks good. So if I go to cat var lib Kubernetes, service account, PEM again, we should see our certificate again too. Perfect. And just to ZJA, let's double check. ZJA, good. All right, perfect. Okay, so we've now moved our files into the correct location. The instance internal IP is used to advertise the members of the cluster. Retrieve your internal IP for that. What did I? Echo internal IP. We still have those. So we should go ahead and how about we do echo internal IP into dot env, and then we do vim env. There we go. Export. Oops. In bash, and then we can do export internal IP to this. So then we know for a fact now we have an environmental variable file at env with at least our internal IP, so we don't have to worry about looking for that in the internal IP metadata service that they have on Google. I do not know if our IBM Cloud has something like that, and that might be worth looking into. So, actions. Created a env file for internal IP. Should investigate if there is something, a metadata service on IBM Cloud, like, just go ahead and put this in here because this would be very helpful to have. I would be very surprised that we don't have something like this, or at least it's not immediately what I'm coming up to. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so now it looks like we're going to create a systemd service file here. We're going to bring in the internal IP, and because we're creating the file, it'll import that there. Looks like everything else is put there, but it looks like I'm going to have to edit this with the correct IPs. Okay, so if I come back over right over here, env, I save it with something. Play smart. Doesn't look like it was. Okay. So cat internal. Let's go ahead and create this service file here. Copy. Paste that in there. No, actually, I don't want to do that, do I? That's interesting. I think I'm just going to go ahead and edit it or add it, and then I'm just going to go in and edit the file. That seems like the best way to do that right now. Okay. So grab all this, copy, paste, and then vim etsy or cat and echo internal IP. Okay. Oops. This one, 16. And then 17. Okay. Paste. 17. Because I will forget this stuff because I know myself all too well. Okay. Vim etsy systemd. What was it? System cube service. Yep. We should see that's good. We should change this to, which one is 129.6? 129, 29, oops, and 129, right? Did I forget that? No. 6, 16, 17. Okay. 6, 16, and 17. Okay. Nothing else seems too much out of the ordinary. I'm worried about this line, but we'll cross that bridge when something breaks. All right. There we go. Okay. So we created our kube service systemd start unit file. Good. Now we need to configure the Kubernetes controller manager. So we'll go ahead and take this, copy this, paste that. That looks good. Okay. And the CIDR's 200, 35. That looks fine. We're going to create another controller manager. There's no IPs. Okay, so it looks like I can just paste this in. Copy this. All right, there we go. All right, now we need to do our scheduler. So let's move the scheduler config in there. Okay, that looks good. Then we need to create a scheduler YAML file. Scheduler tells it to talk to that. Leader election true, so that looks good. All right. Now we're creating our service unit file. Anything that doesn't look, it points to the schedule that we created earlier, the exec start, and yeah, okay, that looks good too. All right. Looks like the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and enable and start our controllers. And because I never know, let's go ahead and wait 10 seconds after I hit enter. Start watch. Okay. Well, we're making good progress right now. That's good. All right. It's been 10 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Yes, WAX. Prep. Cube. Schedule. Sched. You are. That looks like some processes running. All right. So tail, var, log. Messages are all messages? No. LSLTRA, var, log, date. Okay, I'm not going to push that any harder. Okay. So global network load balancer will use to distribute traffic across all three API servers and allow each API server to determine TLS and validate client certificates. So we don't have a load balancer global, because we're on IBM Cloud. That's okay. But what we're going to do here is we're going to install Nginx and then create a local to listen to healths with that proxy certificate. Okay, so let's go ahead and install Nginx. Okay, and there goes Nginx. All right. Then we're going to create this file here. Okay. Seems reasonable. There's no really crazy things out of here. It just creates location healths and make sure that's there. We're going to move and then put in the sites available and then create the link. Okay. That's not too crazy. Okay. We're going to go ahead and restart Nginx and then make sure it starts on boot. All right. Okay. Looks good. All right. Here comes the real time. Let's verify component statuses using our admin config. We should see a scheduler, a controller manager, and our 3 etcds. You ready? Let's see. And I believe my little excellent didn't work there. Hang on.
Excellent.
Yay! So I actually had to turn on my sound inside of OBS to do that, but that was worth turning on that sound to see controller manager scheduler are healthy and our etcds are actually up and running. Now, if you notice, they did not come back in the same order for the etcds, which is, I guess, is expected because I guess it hits them all, but that's good. That means we've successfully gotten component status. Okay, so let's see now if our health endpoints are working, and doesn't look like it. It should be okay with 200. Perfect. Okay. So we ran it on each of the controller nodes. Perfect. Now, we need to RBAC for kubelet authorization. The section will configure RBAC permissions to allow Kubernetes API service to access the Qubit API for each worker node. Access the Qubit API is required for achieving metric dogs. Okay, that makes sense. Webhook, okay, that's fine. The commands in this section will affect the entire cluster and only be ran once from one of the controller nodes. So this I only run once. I don't have to run this on each machine, question mark? This is going to be interesting when we have to figure out how to do that on the IBM Cloud, but we'll get there. Okay, cool. So I guess I will stop. Synchronize panes off. Synchronize panes. Stop. Oh, stop synchronizing panes. Duplicate. Go back to prerequisites. It's off. Yeah. Oh, except it's set. Synchronize panes off. Okay, so we stopped doing that. All right. Okay. Oops, I lost the chat. Please, if you have any questions or thoughts, don't hesitate to put those in the chat. All right. I'm in there. So grab all this. All right. We created the Qubit right there. Okay, we're going to create a cluster role binding. First, we created a cluster role. Now we're actually going to do a cluster role binding. There we go. Cluster role binding. Good. Now, we need to figure out how to create an external load balancer in front of all this. So if we go to cloud.ibm.com, I'm going to be poking around for a minute here. I have not had to do this before, so this is going to be a little bit of an adventure. VPC infrastructure. Now let's go to labs. You should see all of our machines in here. Don't want to mess with the routes. So I need to do load balancers. There we go. All right. Let's create a load balancer. Kubernetes Hard Way. Asgard Labs. I believe HTTPS. Let's go ahead and pull this out real quick. Bring this over here. Bring this over here. Let's see what is required here. Okay, so it looks like we create a public address. We make some health checks internally. Then we open up some source IPs. Then we create a pool on health check. Then we add our instances of the controllers. And then we do some forwarding rules. Okay. So it's all HTTP, which is good. We don't have to mess with the network on it, okay? If I want to do, what is this new pool? You can, okay, cool. So let's create the first pool of controller nodes. It looks like it is HTTP. The check path of health port is optional. Okay. So it looks like that's right. I think. That's the instances. That's the port. That's forwarding rules. Okay. We'll save that. So then we can attach Kubernetes, controller, save. Oh, shit. Add Kubernetes, controller 1, save. Add Kubernetes, controller 2. These all hitting port 80 on the health check. These are in it. Got this gut feeling I'm doing something wrong here, though. No, actually, hold on. When it comes to cursive forwarding rules, we haven't actually gotten there yet. Front end listener. Here we go. We want to do port 6443 to that target pool protocol. Yes. So if I've got this right, we're creating a load balancer that points to the health check of each of these services, poking at port 80. Did I do that right? Hang on. S or Etsy, Nginx, sites enabled, Kubernetes. So it only listens to localhost. That could be a problem. Compute health checks. Do I need to? Well, let's just create it and see what goes. What happens, shall we? Why can't I create it? What am I forgetting? I'd like to provision this resource. How do I? Did I forget something up here? Oh, there we go. No, okay, there we go. So I'll create crosses both of my subnets so I can get in from my Teamx box too. Probably not what I want to do in the real world, but that's fine. Okay. Let's see here. All right, we're creating it. Maybe. Should be every 5 seconds. Still not doing what I want to. Okay. Let's see here. Still hasn't come up. My gut tells me because I told it to go from the outside in, but how do you do that? Because it's posted to the local address. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I've been known to do that before. So I have 2 IPs here. Let's see here. This. Okay, what was the other one? This one? How do I know which one is the actual external IP? Ah! This. Either of them. Of course not. That would be too easy. Okay. Now let's see. I thought I saw it created, so it's actually in a good quote unquote working state. Let's break into that here in a second. Okay. Nope. Kubernetes the Hard Way. As suspected, it couldn't get to it. Okay, how do I edit this? Backend pools. Controller nodes. Yeah. Okay, so how do I let it talk to things from the curl local host? Try port 80, because if I do health, yeah, 404. Okay, so let's try edit. How do I try the thing? No. This health check. How do I edit this? Actions. I can't edit the health check. Okay, so let's just go back here. Actions. Edit. Here we go. Take that away. Save. Okay. Now let's see. still 0 of 3. We're not going to get very far if we don't have a working load balancer. How are you still failing? Okay, let's go back to here. So the health check. See, there's nothing called this though. So how could I actually talk to it? The forwarding rules is that. Added all those things to the target pool. Health check Kubernetes. Health check Kubernetes. So it's adding this to each of these. So maybe I should do cancel the health path here. Where did I see that? It's under backend pools. Edit here. So I need to do it. So I'm adding this target pool with these rules to each of these machines. I have a health check path of this, but I need to come in with this host name. Is it this simple? Health Z. Save. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. Still updating. Still updating. Active. Overview. No. Don't you worry about that. I'm still trying to get the backend pool to work. I wish I could. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I mean, I guess port 80, right? Nothing crazy, right? That's the forwarding rule, so don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Let's try that. How you doing, Ilya? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm having some issues trying to figure out how to get this load balancer set up. Trying to convert from GCP here and these rules into what we have at IBM on IBM Cloud, and it's a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we can even do this. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't, but I'm still trying to figure it out. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm glad you could stop by. Thank you for being here. Edit this. Do I have to have a port? Cancel. How the hell do I change this? Let's see some docs, shall we? That's great. Yeah, there's no reason why. I think it's something, a nuance to the load balancer on the IBM Cloud. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this is the only way I can get in from the outside world to sit in front of it. That doesn't feel right, because that's only if looking at the, it only listens. No, I guess not. Hang on. Cat or curl this. So if I put a request in Nginx, proxy pass of 6443. Maybe that's my problem. No, it's listening to port 80. So if I do, okay, let's first try this. I'm curious to see what happens here. So curl that. Okay, there. Okay, so it came back with an okay. So because we don't have certs on there, it's complaining. So if I change the backend pool health check, I know I might not be doing this the right way. Just bear with me here. To slash health with HTTPS 6443. Right? 6443. Let's see what happens there. Actions unavailable. Buffering. Overview. Why is this all port 80 still? That's not right. Let's try 6443. Save. Edit. Why are you mad at me? Oh, you have to refresh every time? Boo. Thank you for getting that joke, by the way. That means a lot. I still am an old school real player. I used real player back in the day. So buffering was always a problem for me. That wasn't as good as it could have been. All right. Controller nodes. You're still failing, aren't you? Yeah. So that didn't work at all. Okay. How do I get this to work? Let's take a step back again. Got a public IP, or I have two public IPs, which is, you know what? Let's just delete this thing and start over, because obviously I've done something wrong. So let's try this again. And create. We're going to call this Kubernetes the Hard Way. That's for damn sure. Okay. We need an application load balancer. We need a public one, and we are going to use the Kubernetes backend. All right, we're going to create a new pool. Call this controller plane. This pool, which is right here, the target pool, looks at HTTP health check of the host. I really just hate that local. This was bothering me. It looks like it does an HTTP get on healths. And we don't have to worry about 6443 till the outside of the world, which comes in with the forwarding rules here. And that's just a firewall where we just turned off all our firewall rules because, computers. So the host check path here, lost my mouse, is this dude copy with health Z at the end. Health Z at the end. And according to this, I look at it, listens on port 80, that's the server name, and it proxy passes to localhost 6443 healths. Right. Oh, no, that's the location. Okay. So it has the same server name, listens on port 80, hits this location, proxy paths to 6443 healths, where we have our trusted certificate of what we've created. Okay, so that seems right. We are not hitting HTTPS, so it's HTTP. Timeout circle of that. Okay, so save this. Now we need to attach our backend machines. Controller of that, port 80. Yes. We need to grab this one on port 80. Again, port 80, because we saw here, listen on port 80. Okay. And then we grab our third one with port 80 on there. Save that. Okay. Now we need to create a front-end listener on port 6443. 6443. Create the backend pool of that. Now, is it HTTPS? Is the next question. Doesn't look like it. Maybe. I think so. Because we have our CA cert here. No, that's HTTPS. So this actually should be HTTPS. What? No. So my gut tells me that I need to do this with HTTP because I don't have the cert in there, and I have the cert on the local machine, and eventually I'll just use my CA cert on CA PEM to talk to the public address that we get. Yes. Save. Again, 6443 is coming in from the out. Where's my mouse go again? Damn it. There we go. There we go. 6443, and this should be 6443. Okay, yes. That's what I want. I want the external port of 6443 and HTTP. Don't worry about the SSL certificate because I have my own. I get to the load balancer of the health path of this on these 3 virtual instances. I'm on only one subnet. And okay. Create a load balancer. Whew. This is rough stuff. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Let it finish creating. Turn green. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts that they'd like to mention? I'm aiming for another hour after this. Just kind of doing this in 2-hour chunks, and hopefully, when this gets up and going, we'll validate it and we'll have our load balancer and control plane running. And then I'll spend the next hour working on the workers. But first, let's get our control plane up and going. Let's see here. I see that you're still creating. Refresh. Refresh. How about now? No? No. No? All right. Time for a little bit of a water break. How about now? What is going on? Still creating. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Did I make it angry? I may have made it angry. That would be disappointing. If you didn't see earlier, there is ways to provision instances using Terraform, which I thought was kind of cool. There is a non-0% chance, from whatever I learned from this little project, is that I might be wrapping this all up in Terraform and Ansible, so you could actually do this at home too. I just kind of have to figure out the incantations, but I need to get through it first, and that's where we are right now. And I still actually haven't used the IS plugin yet. That's one of those something on my to-do list. Come on. There we go. Active. Okay. That's working. But everything's not listening. Damn it. All right. So, what are you breaking on? I am not seeing why this is failing. So, curl this, nothing, because it doesn't know that it exists. If I put this IP, then let's see, hosts, that IP to this, copy, and paste that. I'm just curious to see if this will work. And that did. And it didn't throw the cert error. Now that's interesting. Okay. So, how can I convince this load balancer? Let's look at VPC load balancer. It's got to be the path. My gut's telling me it's the path. Load balancer. There we go. This is all great theory, but I need to know actually how to configure the thing. Okay, that's fine. Now, if I go back to network here, no. Does it tell me how to? Here we go. Health checks. Working with health checks. Okay. By default, health checks are sent only to the root path. So for me, where is it? That is right. Because I need you to health check against, there's no port. No port. Backend pools. Edit. Come on. Edit. Optionally. Member port. What the fuck does that mean? Let's just do port 80. Force it. Let's come back here. Let that come back. I mean, there's nothing's jumping out at me that we did wrong here. No. Because I've hard coded it to that name. Should I expand it maybe? I mean, that looks right. I mean, do I just do curl local host? Echo thing, internal IP, curl HTTP //10 240 129 16. So you can get there. Okay, so that's fine. If we change this to, I just want to move past this. We can figure this out later. So if I come over here and edit this to /, you should turn green because that's right. I think. because I proved that I was able to hit port 80 on, yeah. It should come back green. Why are you coming back red now? Backend pool, control plane. Nope. Wave off. But you should be able to hit. Do I have like a whatchamacallit in front of it? Service group? Or security group? I turned everything off. No, I didn't. TCP. Just do all. Sure. So this should now open up everything. So I go back over to my load balancer. There it is. Okay. So now it's passing against that. But I'm gonna roll the dice. Gonna roll the dice. And I'm going to edit this to, I want to see if this changes anything. Copy. Healths. Now, if it comes back and works, it was just, once again, I wouldn't let anything talk to one another, which is annoying, admittedly, especially when you're trying to just play with this stuff. But I learned about security groups here. Everything else seemed like it was working. But let's see here. All right, overview. Yeah, that did not like it. Okay, so real quick, for completionist sake, edit. Let's just do healths. See what happens there. Maybe. Let's see. I am very happy we got to that point, though. If anything, I can make sure that everything is happy in the pool, so I can keep moving forward. As long as I got everything in the pool with that external IP, we're making progress. Had to open up all of the network security groups because it was stopping the load balancer from finding the slash and did not work in the health check. All right. Nope, that didn't work either. Okay. Nor did, oops, health work either. It's not a big deal. It's not perfect, but I'm willing to continue moving forward. I mean, I have Nginx running on these boxes, which is all what really needed. Because in the local, so if I do this, save that, and then as that's coming along, let's just bring up this guy real quick. Where's his external IP of this? Go to it. We see our Nginx. Isn't ideal, admittedly, is not ideal. But that also means we now have the load balancer checking against slash, because if this comes up, this should not show us anything. Oops. Correct. This does not show anything. Okay. But we still can get to slash, which is fine for the time being. Okay. So I should be able to overview, backend pools. Back to here. There we go. Okay. So what is this IP? Ping that. 169.216. 169.216. So this is our external IP. Our external IP for the load balancers. Balancer is that. Also known as this. Okay. Now, what is next? So we should be able to now come over to here. No. Here, yes. Perl or cat.ca.pem, perfect. Perl -ca cert. Nope. ca.pem https / of this IP, copy, paste, 6443 version. I don't know what that means. SSL received a record that exceeded the maximum permissible length. What does that mean? Oh, interesting. Okay. So, curl https local host 6443 version. There we go. Okay, so it's actually up and running, but our load balancer is saying no. All right. So this actually needs to change to HTTPS. Or how about TCP? No. But you want my cert. Is that my CA cert? Now, this does not like. Let me think here. So if it doesn't have the correct cert, it throws an error. I need this to be HTTPS. You need the cert to do the work for you. So if I come over to where do I find it? Certificate manager. Can I create a policy that just lets us go through? No, that's not what I wanted. I am stumped. Certs have always been in trouble for me. How do I get past this? It is working locally, but my if I change it to HTTP, that just doesn't work. And if I change this off, I get a 404 because it can't get to itself. So the proxy path is going to HTTPS locally. So if I convert this to default, then hand you off. I'm already feeling like I'm in the weeds here. Let's see here. No. Kubernetes. There's all cert stuff. So I can't actually get to it. I mean, I can get to it locally, but I can't get through the load balancer. That's where I'm at right now, which is pretty damn annoying. Because I don't know how to give it the. So is that cert manager? Custom images. I don't even know where this is. What the fuck is this thing? All right. Well, for the last 30 minutes, I'm going to continue moving forward because I don't want to lose any of the momentum I have. I'm going to have to talk to someone who understands our load balancers a little bit better. Okay. So let's bootstrap some worker nodes. Okay. So we got to get into our worker nodes. Set sync panes on. Workers. Set sync off. 0, 1, 2. Gonna get into all of them now. Okay, that's good. Set sync on. All right. Oh. Do I dare reboot? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. It's the right thing to do, especially when your computer's telling you it needs to reboot. And also, we have a bunch of stuff to install. So, okay. Need to retrieve a pod cider for the compute interest. The hell is that supposed to be? Pod cider range. Let's Google that while these machines are rebooting. Is it just like random? Just so it doesn't step on anything? Pod cider range. Well, come back to that later. All right. First thing first, looks like we need to update and install some apps. So we're installing. Okay. Then we need to see if swap is enabled. It looks like it is. So we need to turn it off. Do it again. It doesn't come back. Good. All right. Now I need to wget apps down. Copy. Okay. got some apps. Now we need to make some directories. Okay. Getting there. Getting there. Now we need to put some things in the correct location. Looks like we're doing that. Okay. What is the pod cider? Docker PS J Docker run -it Dora PA install NetTools. Right? NetTools? I think so. Come on. Come on. Maybe. Possibly. Come on. I already lost interest. Okay. Let's go ahead and export pod site TIDR to 172.16.20.024. Okay. And grab all this, copy. All right. Just as I hoped. And create a loopback network. Okay. Excuse me. Now we need to do some container deconfiguration. All right. Anything look out of the ordinary? Nope. Create a nice little TOML file. I do like some TOML. Don't see it enough. Now we create a container D service. Anything that looks out of ordinary? Nope. Echo $host. Okay. Perfect. So we are going to. Do I have those keys still there? I do. Nice. Okay. Put this in the correct location. Good. Now we create the kubelet config with all the correct certs, the cluster domain, cluster DNS. I don't think that's right. What is cluster DNS looking at? So let's go back to docs, compute resources, and that was .10. Is that one of the controller nodes? 240. You're going to 32. The resolve configuration is used to avoid loops in the core OS service discovery. Resolve conf. Okay, all right. This was fine. Okay. Then we're going to create a service. Nothing looks too far out of the ordinary there. Okay. Then we're going to configure Kubernetes proxy. Okay. Then we're going to create the proxy file configuration. 200. 240, so it's fine, I guess. Okay. Let's cat this out real fast. Make sure it's actually right. Cider, yeah, I guess it is. All right, now we're gonna start the proxy sysd file. Okay. And let's actually get us started. Okay, so if I control D out of this, three. So set sync off SSH controller 0. All right, who's up? Yeah. Cube CTL get nodes cube config admin. No resources found. All namespaces. Cube CTL get all. Get sync between on SSH worker set synchronize off 0 oops 2 set synchronize panes on EXWX grep wet. All right, so let's take a look at this config. You not finding. Domain. So you have all the rights to talk to it. Gut tells me it's that DNS thing. How do I? 3210. 3210. How do I get it to talk to? Synchronize panes off. 0. Oops. 0. 1. 1. 2. Come on. 2. There we go. Set synchronize panes on. Is that right here? Yep. So if I can do this. So that's all good. Okay. Cube control or kubectl get nodes. Still can't find the nodes. Okay. So what are we missing? Install a bunch of stuff. And get container D up and running. I don't know what this means. How the hell do I find that out? Oh. So it's just a slash? No. Slash 26. Did I do that wrong? With this guy? No. That should be fine. Ranges subnet. Copy Google for this. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty much anything I want, right? 10, 100, 24. Yeah. So if I come over here and look at this, H worker, set sync off, 0, 1, 2, set synchronize panes on, cat, homeboy. Maybe I just did it. Maybe I should just do like 216. Let's just do that. Oops. Change to all that. Paste. Reboot. But I need to change each of those things. Crap. That's fine. I'll come back to that in a minute. Back. There. Set synchronized panes off. Set synchronized panes on. Reboot. Oh, no. There we go. Boot. Okay. So that should get that bridge built into a better state. Still not happy about this guy. Cluster DNS. Kubelet config cluster DNS. Copy. Kubeadmin. That's fine. Not doing any of that. Where is my DNS server? There. Let's see if this came back up. Why is that? Did I delete it? No. Get nodes off of the controller. Okay. Set synchronized panes off. Controller 0. It's all healthy. And nodes config. Damn it. Okay. Kubectl get all. You only see cluster IP ping 10.32.01. Oops. Of course, it's not writable. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Okay. I mean, everything's up, but my workers aren't being found. Why are they not being found? Okay, so I have problems with the load balancer, and we have problems with the external load balancer, and my worker nodes are not found. Git add that, git commit m added notes for part 2. Git push. Okay. Well, I am mentally done. The load balancer is a problem. Hopefully I'll find someone to help me with that. And then it's unfortunate that my worker nodes never came around. I've got a feeling it's because of the IPs that I've given it. There's no real way to tell this thing to how to find it. It just kind of spins it up, and then the worker container D. Here, the kubelet. I don't know how it actually loops back to the controllers. Like, I don't see how this is done. So I guess I'll have to find someone to help me out here. But thank you for sticking around with me as I've worked on this and tried to figure this out. This brings me to the end of part 2, where we bootstrapped both our worker and our controller nodes, but they're not 100%. So hopefully I can find a wing person next week to help me walk through this more. Stick around, come back next week to see more. Thanks so much. Bye. Bye.